Peter de Silva, nationally recognized financial services executive and former Harvard Senior Fellow, dominates several Amazon bestseller lists with Taking Stock. Peter J. de Silva's new book, Taking Stock, dominated 11 Amazon bestseller lists at its debut on March 23, 2023, as leaders and aspiring leaders seek wise advice on ways to effectively lead in the face of crisis, adversity, and turbulent times. Peter J. de Silva's new release, Taking Stock, 10 Life and Leadership Principles from My Seat at the Table, hit 11 Amazon bestseller lists on March 23, 2023, climbing to number 1 in the key categories of financial services, knowledge capital, and communication and management, and taking top ranking in 8 other business management and leadership categories. The book also garnered top ranking on 13 new release lists at its unveiling last week. The book highlights de Silva's 10 battle and time-tested life and leadership principles. These principles enable leaders at all stages of the professional journey to accelerate their growth and development by providing proven leadership insights. Readers follow de Silva through his 35-year personal and professional leadership journey as he develops from an aspiring leader to a nationally respected financial services industry leader. De Silva had a seat at the table with trailblazing leaders and industry icons during some of the most tumultuous events in recent financial history, including the stock market crash of 1987, the 2008 financial crisis, a rapidly consolidating financial industry, and a global pandemic. An unexpected series of corporate buyouts forced de Silva to re-examine his role as a business and social impact leader. De Silva also came to terms with his Charcot-Marie-Tooth (CMT) disease, a debilitating neurological disease that was hidden from others for decades. Today, de Silva is a powerful advocate for CMT, and his story helps readers find purpose in life's third chapter. In Taking Stock, de Silva shares his 10 essential life and leadership principles and how he came to understand that vulnerability as a leader is a strength and not a weakness. A noted executive, community leader, father, and husband, de Silva's experience in leading through crisis, uncertainty, and disruption shaped both his worldview and leadership approach. Taking Stock is a transformative tale of how one principled leader came to understand that vulnerability is a core component of leadership strength. Leaders from all walks of life and at all stages of their journey will benefit from the book's insights and perspectives. In response to the success of the book's debut, de Silva shared, "I am humbled by the strong response Taking Stock has received to date. I wrote this book as a roadmap to assist leaders at any stage of their leadership journey to accelerate their personal and professional development and performance." Taking Stock is also a story about overcoming adversity and learning how to turn vulnerability into a core strength. Praise for Taking Stock executives, CEOs, and top leaders across many industries are praising Taking Stock for its focus on the foundational elements of true servant leadership, the power of de Silva's personal as well as professional story, and his practical life and leadership principles that any leader at any level can implement. Peter de Silva's book is more than a primer on leadership and more than an autobiography. It is a series of lessons on leadership gained through personal experience as he confronted severe personal obstacles to achieve success for himself and those he led. Thomas Honig, Distinguished Senior Fellow, Mercatus Center, Vice Chairman of the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, FDIC, Taking Stock is more than a business leadership book. The book reminds us that resilience, persistence, optimism, character, and caring for the people around you are the foundational elements of dynamic leadership and life. Randy Freer, President and CEO, Teton Ridge, former CEO, Hulu TD Ameritrade. Peter was a valuable expert in the wealth management and marketing realms. His real strength, however, was his influence on his peers and the impact he had throughout his entire organization. His people knew that Peter cared about them, and they would have followed him anywhere. It was not an accident that we were the best in the world at what we did. Joe Moglia, former board chair, TD Ameritrade, where to find the book Taking Stock, 10 Life and Leadership Principles from My Seat at the Table is now available in ebook, hardcover, and paperback versions on Amazon. About the author having held C-level positions at TD Ameritrade, Scottrade, UMB Financial Corporation, and Fidelity Investments, Peter de Silva has an insider's view on the financial and leadership crisis that shook our country. That life experience, along with Peter's work as a Harvard University Senior Fellow, board member to private companies and nonprofit organizations, and his lifelong struggle with a debilitating disease, gives him a unique perspective, one you don't want to miss. To learn more, visit petersilva.com.